Hi, I'm Dr. Deborah Green, and thank you for joining me again for another energy tip to help you with your energy health. Today we're going to do an exercise called collar, lips, and tail. And the purpose of this exercise is it's a good pick-me-up. If you throughout your day find that your energy is dipping a little bit, the collar, lips, and tail exercise can really help you with that. So first I'll just do the exercise and show it to you, and then I'll explain about how it works and why we're doing what we're doing here. Because this one is a little kinky, so kinky is good. So the first step is you put your palm on your navel. Okay, not your fingertips, but your palm goes on your navel. Doesn't matter which hand you start with, because we're going to switch hands. So any palm on your navel, and with the other hand we're going to go to the collarbones, and the collarbone comes down and there's a little indentation on the inside lower edge of each of your collarbones. So my collarbone is here, represented by this finger, and you want to be inside, underneath the collarbone on that inside edge as your collarbone forms into your glottal notch, your sternal notch rather. Okay, so you want to find the little indentation there under the collarbone, and you want to rub. So while you're holding your palm on your navel, you're rubbing those collar points and breathing. And if you want, you can put your tongue to the roof of your mouth while you're doing the exercise. And then we switch hands and simply do the same thing on the other side, where your palm is on your navel and you're rubbing the collar points with the opposite hands. That's step one. There's 3 steps: collar, lips, and tail. The second step is we're going to do lips. So you keep your palm on your navel, and then one finger goes above your lip and one below. And we rub. Rubbing and breathing. Rubbing and breathing. And then we're going to switch hands and do the same thing on the other side, where your palm stays on your navel and then you're rubbing one finger above lip and one below. That's the second step. And the third step to collar, lips, and tail, well, you guessed it. We're going to be rubbing close to the tailbone. So palm stays on the navel and the other hand goes behind you, and you want to be just, this is a technical term here, at the top of your bun crack, at the apex of the gluteal cleft, and rub. And we're going to rub the tail point, and you don't have to be on the tip of your tailbone, we just want to be in proximity to it. Then you switch hands and do the same thing with the other hand. Rubbing the tail point and breathing. And that's the end of the energy exercise, collar, lips, and tail. And check in and see if your energy has picked up a little bit. Chances are it has. So how does the collar, lips, and tail exercise work? Well, we have energy channels that run through our body, and those energy channels, called meridians, they have endpoints and beginning points to them. And so when we rub, for example, the collar points, this point on the collarbone connects with what's called K27, kidney meridian point 27. So we are connecting with the K27 endpoint of that meridian. When we put the palm on the navel, we have in the palm of our hand a little mini energy center or chakra, and we're connecting that mini chakra with the navel. And the navel is sometimes referred to as the first mouth. And the navel area is an energy center in itself. So when we put our hand on our navel and then connect with the K27 collar points, we're stimulating the end point of those. And then we switch hands to do the same thing on the other side, and we're also, in doing this exercise, we're connecting the right and the left side of the body. The second step, when we do the lip points, we have an energy meridian called central meridian, or in Chinese medicine, conception vessel, that starts at the top of the pubic bone and it runs up the front of the body and ends under the lower lip. So we're stimulating the end point of that big energy supplier, central meridian or central channel. We have another major energy supplier called governing meridian, which starts at the tip of the tailbone. It runs up the spine, over the top of the head, and ends under the nose, above the upper lip. And so when we're doing the lip points, we're actually stimulating the endpoints of those two major energy suppliers, central meridian and governing meridian. And we switch hands because we're also, in doing this one, we're connecting top and bottom. And the third step of collar, lips, and tail exercise, we are stimulating the beginning point of governing meridian, which is near the tailbone. And in doing that one, we're actually connecting the front and the back of the body. And you could probably also understand that when we do the touching your tongue to the roof of your mouth, what we're doing there is we're creating a circuit between the central meridian, which ends under the lower lip, and governing meridian, which ends on the upper lip. So when you touch your tongue to the roof of your mouth, which is actually used a lot in the martial arts, you're connecting those two major energy suppliers and you're creating a circuit with your tongue. So thank you for joining me today to learn about the collar, lips, and tail Energizer exercise. And if you want to learn more about your energy system and how to work with it, please check out my book, Endless Energy, The Essential Guide to Energy Health. Happy energy!